What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka just 10 more minutes, aka the freaking 10, back with another video. And I hate to admit it, but I pulled a noob move, and for whatever reason inside OBS where I stream, the mic was not active for some reason. So I got that fixed, and so now we're going to be doing a little bit of a new recording. So I've obviously already watched Mediator, but I will take a look at it again and kind of give my thoughts. I still haven't read anything about it or read anything. I just saw, and thank you, Old Man Jim, for pointing out the mic check. New move. I generally no settings get changed, so I can walk in, hit record on my stream deck, and don't have any problems. But unfortunately, that wasn't the problem or the case today. So that being said, let's switch it up and get to it. All right. So again, I've watched it, absolutely loved it, but I do want to give some points to, you know, what went on with it. I've got the lyrics up over here, so we're still good to go. So with that being said, let's go.
Go!
Drums are insane.
Go on! My wish would be to see the sun shining, to hear this bird singing, children laughing, hearts recovering. My dream has always been, life has always seemed to be an amusement park, around the colorful and dark. I wanted a loser to win, the thing never stopping, the full night, keeping it down, and needing nothing from no one.
All right. So as I said in the first take, these lyrics are very interesting, because when I started reading this the first time, when I was doing that first video, you know, stop, go on. My wish would be to see the sun shining, to hear these birds singing, children laughing, hearts recovering. My dream has always been, life has always seemed to be an amusement park, rather colorful than dark. I wanted a loser to win, the thin never starting, the full not keeping it down, and needing nothing from no one. And so when I first heard this, you know, the first thing that really jumped out to me was the use of the word my, right? A lot of times it's we. And so this just seems, you know, and I was saying earlier when I recorded it, it seems like a lot more personal album to the band with this one, because we heard Introvert, you know, kind of with Wallflower. We heard with Disclosure, kind of that, you know, now what I know based on the education that y'all gave me with that, the, you know, interview kind of, I don't want to say went wrong, because I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but kind of that, you know, cornering them to where they were, you know, felt like they were on the defensive. So this album feels a lot more personal than I think what we've truly seen. And I think she's come a long way with her lyrics, as far as where you get that true understanding with the way that she's writing it. So it's very cool in that sense. And in use of the word my, what I was noting earlier is when she said, my dream has always been, life has always seemed to be an amusement park, rather colorful than dark. It's kind of looking at the world as we wanted it to be versus what it is, right? So it was very interesting. let's keep it going. I'll give more thoughts in a minute.
I wanted the poor to live in abundance. I wanted the rich to have someone except for himself to love and take care of. I wanted a loser to win, but they're never stopping. The full night, keeping it down, and needing nothing from your fire's burning all around us, and all we feel is cold.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it there because the interesting thing that I saw really on the lyrics on this part was I wanted the poor to live in abundance. I wanted the rich to have someone except for himself to love and take care of, right? Because it's really kind of pointing at, you always hear, right? Money doesn't buy happiness, and some people still feel alone. I mean, obviously, these guys have been very successful, but sometimes I'm sure they feel alone as well. And I point back to this whole symbolism of this really personal song. And the keyword of wanted, right? So it's kind of that past tense. So it's almost, I don't know if she's looking at this from a younger her, from a child, right, with amusement park, or if she's talking about, at the beginning of their careers. But it just seems like, she's looking at a past tense of how she saw the world growing up versus, now that she's an adult and exactly how dark the world is. And I touched on that obviously in the first recording that I tried of this. And then obviously repeated the chorus, right? I wanted a loser to win, that then never starving, the full not keeping it down, and needing nothing from now on. Fires burning all around us, and all we feel is cold. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is a great song. Let's keep it going.
I want a neighbor, not a hater. Round and go round. From what was now, I want to now. Wish I could get caught by the beard. Let's drag him to the darkest streets to show him what was going on. That kind of cuts me waste the
So I'm going to pause it there. And I know that's kind of an interesting part to pause, but I made a point on the first recording of this and the first true reaction of this. She looks more comfortable in that environment, right? The crop top and the baggy pants and, it just, like a better term, rocking out, versus when she's doing the dressed up, heavy makeup look, right? That she was showing kind of in the green dress and the other outfit. And it's interesting because her, being an introvert, as y'all informed me about the wallflower part, I truly wonder how much of that part she enjoys versus here she looks so much more comfortable. One thing that I really liked, and I forget the song, but I alluded to it in the first recording of this, and that was they did a live show and she broke out almost in like a rap form, right? And she kind of started to do that when she says, I want a neighbor, not a hater. And she gets that kind of swag and confidence. And I love seeing that out of her. Again, knowing more now about the introvert and you know, the guys sometimes having to nudge her, that just makes that confidence, brings that much more of a smile to my face. So she says, I want a neighbor, not a hater, and a head to go round from white, white snow, but what to do now? Wish I could catch God by the beard and drag him into the dirty streets to show him what was going on, the kind of curse we waged upon. And that's just, I mean, because that's kind of that adult look back, right? It seems like when she says wanted, she's reverting back to how she looked at it. You know, I don't know if teenage self, I don't know what she was thinking from an age perspective of when she was thinking that, but you know, now looking and saying to show him what was going on, the kind of curse we've waged upon. Her lyrics have just gotten even better, and I don't know if because she's writing from such a deep personal place, and she always has, don't get me wrong, but this one seems like a real introspective look at, you know, either herself or the band members, you know, if they chimed in on this. I mean, I see that, you know, it looks like they each had a hand in it. But yeah, just a very, very deep internal song. All right, let's keep it going. See, she looks like she's just having so much fun right there. Great question. Okay, so let me switch back and I'll give my final thoughts in that final set. Okay, so we're halfway through to freedom. The path is treacherous. The best way to make a kettle boil is to turn your back on this. You stranded me with no decree. No lessons given, only learned, because blood is coursing through my veins. Excuse me, cold blood is coursing through my veins, because ice will never burn. What is happiness? What is inner peace? What do we have to do to get a piece of you? And I pointed this earlier, right? That you've stranded me with no decree, no lessons given, only learned. And that's really important to me as far as like the overall meaning of the song, because it starts out and goes to the amusement park, right? Colorful, but never dark. And now you're going into no lessons given, only learned. Because there's so much as kids or teenagers, depending on how you're viewing it, that we may think we know, but then we hit the real world and we see it's completely different, right? And then just what is happiness? What is inner peace? What do we have to do to get a piece of you? And that's fascinating. Her lyrics, I really stressed it, and I don't know the exact words I used when I first recorded the reaction, but you know, her lyrics have really fascinated me, and I did say, you know, maybe one day if the channel, you know, gets to that place where I would love to pick her brain as a lyricist and understand kind of her thoughts. One day that's a brain that just to have a discussion, right? Not, you know, be starstruck. It's just the way she writes is fascinating to me. So well done. Yeah. And that, what is happiness? What is inner peace? What do we have to do to get a piece of you? So very true. So I would give this another freaking 10. You know, I'll apologize, you know, for the first recording not having any mic. So you are getting kind of a second reaction, I guess, to it. Um, but you know, I always keep honest with that, right? You know, I do one take. I have my stream deck, just like I pointed out, you know, last year. I hit record. I hit switch to react, switch to outro. I'll hit the notification button now. You'll see these pop up, and then I'll hit end video. So I do one take, right? This is the first video out of the, I think I saw it was 300 plus videos, where this is truly a second take of a song. So for that, I'll apologize. It was my fault for being a noob and not seeing that the mic wasn't working inside of OBS. But still an absolute smash song. So much to digest from that, just from the lyrics alone. If you really go Google the lyrics and read them, the meaning behind it, I'm very interested to see at what perspective she was writing this from. Or again, I see that all of them from Roman, Eugene, herself, and Vlad all had a hand in the song. So I'm curious to see what their perspective was. And I'm sure, as always, you will educate me on that. So, with that being said, my friends, please, if you like it, drop a comment, hit a like, share the video, hit subscribe. You know, I do want to, I posted it on my community page where I'm always active, as well as Twitter. I don't really look at analytics a lot, but I did go check out the channel analytics and saw we had hit over 300,000 views on the channel. That just as a streamer for fun. You know, I've got a full-time job and such. So, you know, I don't necessarily create this content for monetization. A lot of the bands, you know, it goes to them with the ad revenue, which I'm perfectly a-okay with. So, you know, for me to see that 300,000 view, 30,000 likes, I think is what I saw. Just, you know, as a streamer, that's a boost of confidence that we're building something together. So thank you for those that have been here since day one. You know, Jim, thank you for pointing out the mic again. And so, you know, more content coming, and this is a reminder, you know, starting up, always check your mic settings. So until then, guys, please remember, check your mic if you're going live. But if someone also asks you to stop what you're doing, don't ask for 1, don't ask for 2, and certainly don't ask for 5. If someone asks you to stop what you're doing, always ask for just 10 more minutes. I'll see y'all later. I am out of here.